I have to teach myself what I teach when I'm in. It's one of the principles is to when you feel yourself getting emotional, right, to work on having the lowest heartbeat in the room.
Lowest heartbeat in the room wins. That's brilliant, man.
Welcome to the Maverick Entrepreneur Podcast, where business success meets personal purpose. Here we empower entrepreneurs to strike that perfect balance between massive growth and unwavering values. Dive deep into strategies, inspirations, and stories that ensure you set your foundation in faith and don't compromise your family on your ascent to the top.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Maverick Entrepreneur. With me today, my good friend and colleague, Dr. Paul Reed. Welcome to the show, bro.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
Thanks
so
for
glad to
having
have
me.
you here.
No, thank you for the invite.
I almost
It
renamed
was
it.
an honor to, yeah?
Yeah, two old dudes in a chair.
Two old Chiros in a chair.
Yeah, two old Chiros. Oh,
We're
man.
well aligned, though, so
We are well
We're
aligned,
functioning
bro.
at a higher level than somebody our age.
Well,
It doesn't do what we do.
That is so true. You look
Yes.
good, though.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man.
You're working. I
it's a
want
battle
to
every
tell
day, man.
everybody you are so welcome. This is the first time I've seen you with a shirt on.
I told you I could do with it off if you
I know.
like, but
I know.
I don't know. I don't know that Heidi would like that or
Yeah.
the viewers would like it, but I
don't want
to
to make people stumble.
Yeah,
You know,
I've been told I have a face for radio, so it's good.
Yeah. No, you also, man, you put the work in. So what was, we're gonna dive deep. Just so you guys know, we're gonna do deep dives into business, entrepreneurship, biohacks, family. You're probably wondering, is this going to be a Chiro episode about a bunch of chiropractic? No, but you can't have two passionate Chiros together and not talk about it. But what it is going to be is just how to level up your life in all areas, because the reason why this man is sitting in the chair is because he has the fruit that many of you want. I promise you that. How many years have you been married?
32, be 33.
32.
Right, Heidi? Is that right? It'd be 33, yes, this summer, July.
And then how many kids?
Dose 2.
How old?
25 and almost 23.
Do they contribute, or are they takers and whiners and
huge contributors?
Really?
Yeah.
You did
No
good.
takers.
No. Incredible dad, man. Incredible dad. You have incredible kids.
Thank you, brother.
Your daughter and your son. And, he's a believer, loves Jesus, doesn't throw Bibles at people, doesn't judge, just lives his life, and he lives it loud in a very big way. You also, so how long were you a chiropractor before?
I've been practicing chiropractor, almost 28 years.
28?
28.
28 years. And,
Making me do a lot of math, bro. Like, time out on this.
sorry.
How long you been married? How long you been practicing?
Yeah,
How old are your
sorry.
kids?
Sorry.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a right brain, not a left brain. Come on.
Well, you got a right brain is right, man. You're on the right stuff. So you had how many successful practices?
5 offices at once.
5 offices. You scaled it up. You sold.
Yep.
Did your exit, like some of my other boys I know did their exit. Still love chiropractic. You not only did your exit, you are an entrepreneur at heart. You now have coffee shops.
I do. I have
How you love
a
it?
coffee shop. It's everybody loves coffee.
What's the name
right?
of it?
Creed Coffee.
Creed Coffee. I've had it,
not because
man.
my name is Reed. We just came up with the name Creed.
Yeah. Why?
So,
like Rocky?
You know, no, not even that, brother. Like we just went through, and for one, we were kind of late to the game, so a lot of cool names were taken. So, but I did a whiteboard and listed a bunch of stuff, and then we settled on that. It was clean, it was powerful, it represents who we are. And then I look, and that's the cologne that I wear. I'm like, man, like it's just all aligning. So it was just an alignment.
There's a
thing and
cologne,
timing.
Creed cologne.
Oh, dude, you got to wear it. It's all natural all from Europe. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why you smell so fly all the time?
100%.
I never knew what it was.
It's not just me.
Yeah. I thought it was just how you exude, man. Okay, so you got a coffee shop. You also have a coaching company. What's the name of that?
The Unstoppable Chiro and the Unstoppable Man.
Oh, you do both.
Do both.
Okay.
Depending on
What's
what
the
you need.
Unstoppable Man about?
Just helping dudes align. We teach how to find foundations: your faith, fitness, finance, family, and fun, and just helping dudes realign with who they are.
That's a lot of F's, bro.
That's a lot of F's, man.
Dropping F-bombs?
5. There's some math for you. There's 5. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I usually am not into F-bombs, so those 5
Those are
F-bombs
5
right in a
Fs,
row.
Yeah. So just
Say that again. What are the 5?
faith, family, fitness, finance, and fun.
You know what? That's why you're on the show, man, because I align with all of those.
Yeah.
And the truth is, I've known you. How many years have we known each other now?
Zoe was just asking me that. And I think it was, so you had just started with Ron.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yep.
it's 27-ish
Yeah.
years. You're a whippersnapper. I remember in your white suit. Yeah, I go way back, man. I got
Wow.
a picture of that somewhere, I think.
Wow. And, I've been really honored to just get to know you over the years. And now you started, really, a lot of ones have come and gone, but you are still going with one of the largest chiropractic seminars.
We are coming up on
country.
year 16, I think it is,
Year
brother.
16. I was
Crazy
at year
town.
1.
I know. In a tent in the rain.
In a tent in the rain, and my green room was
the only one that
RV.
knew how to run an RV intelligently.
Yeah.
We had to rely on you, Matt. How do we park this thing? What do we do?
Yeah,
it was,
that was
a
funny.
long time
Hey,
ago.
glad my RV skills came in. But yeah, man, in a tent, and how many people were in that first tent?
I think that first year we had around 100 or maybe a little over 100.
Yeah, in a tent in the middle of some property. I mean, it was old school ChiroFest.
Yeah.
Now look, man, in 16 years later, in one of the nicest hotels up near, up in Washington, packed out, hundreds of people.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah. What are you gonna hit this year? Are we gonna hit 1,000?
Oh man, God willing, that'd be great.
Can they fit 1,000?
Really close, just under, like 980, I think, is the max capacity.
Yeah, well, chiropractic factory.
I received that. Thank you.
Yeah. I love it. So, and that's really to help lead the profession with some of the greatest speakers, teachers, scientists, chiropractors, people that want to change the world in our profession, that come and pour into our profession and make it greater, man, and philosophically help level up the game out there. Yeah. And I appreciate that about you, and I've been honored to be your MC.
You serve us at a high level. Thank you for. Dude, I love and appreciate you for helping us serve our community. Right, honoring the past, preserving the future. That's the whole premise of that thing, man. It's just a passion project. We know that it's more of a.
I still got the original board, by the way.
Nice. You used to have it hanging in your office. I don't know if it's still.
No, I still got it. Oh, I
nice.
still got it, man.
Yeah. All the signatures.
It helps me keep
grounded.
Keep my eye on the game. So, what I'd love to talk about today is that you coach chiropractors, but you also coach men. I'm in this influence space where I'm trying to help people level up their life. And what's your vibe right now? Like, what I see a pain point. Listen, people they look at us and they see nice things or a lifestyle, and then they think we don't even know what it's like we can't relate to them. What are some valleys that you've walked through that you've had to learn to overcome, and how did you overcome them and made you who you are? Like, why do you think, what sets you apart?
Man, I think it's my will to be a good example. I mean, mostly. Like, again, I'm not any different than you, not any different than anybody that's
No,
out there.
I asked a lot of people that know us both. They say you're nicer. So I was thinking to myself,
I don't believe that, bro.
I was thinking to myself, I got a bad rap. I got to be a little bit more gentler. I think I love people when I correct them, but no, they were saying, Paul, this is what they say. Dr. Paul is the nicest human. And I go,
they haven't seen Ask Heidi about the Hulk that comes out occasionally.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think you have a better filter. So because I know you behind the scenes, you're just as compassionate.
Yep, there's my
pissed
word.
off and compassion. He did invent that word. I just ripped it off and used it in church. But compassionate, you just know how to control it and then politically put on a hat and then go tell people.
Well, that's been
awesome.
Learned, bro. Learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say or do one too many things that you shouldn't have said or done, and you learn the hard way. I have to teach myself what I teach when I'm in. It's one of the principles is to when you feel yourself getting emotional, right, to work on having the lowest heartbeat in the room, right? Because when you have that, because I've been there, right? So I've experienced all the things that I teach. I've either was taught by somebody, or it's been like I've gone through that valley, through that experience, like, all right, knucklehead, like that didn't serve you, didn't serve those around you. It's not going to serve those that are watching you, like figure out a solution for this. And so that's, I got some Italian in me, a pretty good portion. And so I do have a little short fuse and have a tendency to elevate quickly. And so I have to all right, breathe. Lowest heartbeat in the room wins, because we say and do things that we don't.
Lowest heartbeat in the room wins.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And think about when you're with a team member, right? We all have employees. We all have people that we're leading and mentoring. And when they fall out of alignment with things that you've asked them to do, like you get that, I've had conversations early in my career with employees where I was emotionally attached to what did not happen the way that I expected it to happen, right? So, and that happened for one of two things. I either wasn't clear on my expectations, or they just didn't follow through on those expectations. And when we get excited because we're frustrated, we don't necessarily communicate in a manner that would help them receive it well enough to do it right the next time. And so
good, man.
Just learning to step back, breathe, and then engage versus which is what unfortunately most of us do.
You think mindset has to do with success?
1,000 times percent.
Do you find that people just don't want to train or like pay you for coaching on mindset because they think it doesn't matter? They just want to know how to make more money.
It is 100% a direct reflection of everything.
Isn't that sad?
Not some things, as Pastor Keith taught us, everything, 2 words equals everything, 1 word, right? Yeah. Like it is literally, your mindset is literally everything is a direct reflection of your mindset. So you can train the mind.
Wants to be coached on training the mind.
Yeah. And that's why, I said that with my race I just did last week. That's why I'm always finding.
What race was that?
I just did a High Rocks race down in Houston last week.
And you weren't even happy with yourself. You were, I could tell, a little disappointed.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed. I didn't hit my goal, man. Like I'm goal driven, success focused. And so if I fall short of my expectation, an hour and 15 minutes. It took me an hour and 21. So I was 6 minutes off. But I learned some things. I didn't accommodate, or I wasn't aware of this rock zone that took me exactly 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 59 seconds. So there was my 6 minutes of like, oh, so I have to train different and build up my capacity. And
when's the next one?
There's one in October and one in December. So I don't know. I got to pick one. Yeah.
They're
all over there. I mean, there's one like this month, one next month. But I think for me, dude, you should stretch yourself. So to my point, so I do those things because, one, I like to compete. I'm an old ex-athlete, but I do that to train the mind. I'm a huge fan, and I've worked out since I was 13, maybe 14, started hitting the gym.
You were a boss too, man. You played for the Cougs.
Yeah, way back, old Cougs. Back when the Pac-10 was still a thing, and then it's all dissolved now.
Dissolved. It was funny, and this, but I'm just telling all the viewers is here I am adjusting this NFL dude one time, and we're chatting, and I'm like, oh, where'd you go to college? And he goes, oh, Washington was a Cougar, and we're in the middle of this adjustment. And he goes, I said, oh yeah, I have a buddy that's a chiropractor that graduated too. And he goes, dude, my good friend's a Chiro. I haven't seen him in a long time. I was like, oh, what's his name? Paul Reed. And I go, Paul Reed, that's my boy. Let's call him right now, man. And he goes, yeah. Ask Gramps how he's doing. Right? Started this whole.
Calls me Gramps and Heidi Grams. Yep.
Yeah. Calls you Grandpa. Anyways. And so we have had so much fun over the years. I'm like, what a small world, man.
Yeah. 100%.
But, I think ever since I've known you, you've had that eye of the tiger mentality. You're hungry, man. You're one of my few friends that loves his wife, is aggressive with, loves your physicality, loves your kids. You love everything hard, loves practice, blows practice up. He has the mindset to chase after goals. And I was like, dude, I like this guy because every time I talk to you, it would spark more in me to be like, because sometimes I feel like I'm down here in my own little lane.
We all do.
Like, dude, I'm crazy. I go to church and they're like, dude, Hubbard's a little too intense. Yeah. It's like, he's a little too passionate.
On that guy right there.
Something's a little bit. Is that off? Is that guy high functioning?
No, you're just well adjusted and high functioning.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I go, so I loved knowing I had someone I could call that wouldn't judge me, that you were in a lane that I wanted to chase you, and you're still doing it with your physical. I watch, even though I joke around with your shirt off, I'd probably not wear a shirt either if I look like you at your age, great job, but you're still hungry. People lose their passion. Mm-hmm. How have you sustained your spark? Is it a personality? Some people think it's just not my personality, or is it a driven purpose?
It's purpose, solely purpose, right? Because got to serve something bigger than self, right? And so when you are serving something bigger than self in all things, like, it's easy to stay motivated. Now, am I every day, every minute of every day? No, like I go through seasons where I feel flat and I got to get myself re-engaged, but it's setting up boundaries and parameters so that you recognize when you're falling off track, right? And the problem is most folks will slip, right? Instead of slipping and checking, they just slip. And then like, oh shoot, it's been 6 months since I've done my devotional. It's been 6 months since I've moved. It's been 6 months since I ate clean. It's been 6 months since I hugged my wife. Like, they just fall out of rhythm. And so it's setting up boundaries with yourself to make sure that you're staying in check with your goals, your vision, your purpose, your why, all that stuff.
What would you say the number one thing you're seeing with the people that you coach and you engage with? Like, what is it? A lack of what?
Man, I would say it's a lack of confidence. It's multiple things, brother. Like separation from God, lack of confidence, lack of discipline. And discipline, again, meaning mindset, like all the things: heart set, mindset, skill set, and inability to keep on keeping on, as we like to say in our profession. Like they need to stop stopping in so many things.
Yeah, I think that. Then how would you help people in that?
man, it's first reconnect them to their purpose. The first thing we do is really establish, like, where do you want to go in this life? Like, you get one opportunity. Every day is a chance to get up and work on becoming a better version of you. But if you don't know where you want to go, I mean, I think that's one of the things that blessed Heidi and I where we've gotten is we had a clear vision. Like when we, one, when we got married, and then two, when we opened our first business, like where do we want to be in this certain time frame financially, like all of this stuff, really laying out and getting a clear vision, and so many
setting a goal for your life.
100%. Yeah. And fuzzy targets, as you and I know, don't get hit. You just, had your brother-in-law
I quote that all the time.
Right? Like you can't, and people don't really understand. Like they're just that blurred vision looking out, and they don't tighten that up, and then they spend their life frustrated.
I've met so many frustrated, bitter, negative people. Yep. Like, it's sad.
And then to your point, when you open, they look at somebody like yourself that's had success, and then they're like, oh, it's just mad and this, that, and then they start throwing stones at glass houses, right? And instead of really looking inward and accepting responsibility, like, no, that one decision that I made, a few years back, like really has gotten me where I'm at, and it's not where I want to be. So I need to course correct. And then unfortunately, embrace the suck, do the work, acknowledge a weakness, lean into that weakness, learn from that weakness, grow through it, not around it, and then come out the other side. So.
Yeah, I just taught to, I taught to about 75 apprentices the other night, and I was talking about the neuroplasticity of the brain. I went a little deep
on them.
I'm like, bro,
eyes get big.
I pretty much just said how much, whatever money you're making right now, just so you know, that's what you wanted to make. And the look on their faces but you have to acknowledge, if a lot of people want to be a millionaire or multimillionaire or whatever, but as soon as I give you the blueprint and you see the hard work, or this is what it's going to take, you fold. So subconsciously, you already know. You make the exact amount of money you want to make right now. It's your thermostat. It's set. If you want to change your thermostat, you got to take your thoughts, quit looking at circumstance, change your action plan, renew your thoughts, come up with a different belief system. Otherwise, that thermostat doesn't change. And the looks on their faces, it was like this.
Yeah.
And mostly they're thinking, I can't do it.
Yep.
But it's amazing. There's
too many think small. So to your point, like even to where, we've been blessed and gotten, like we had this vision and we serve a big God, right? Like I was like, hey, here's our number. Here's where I want to be. I want to be debt free, but I'm 50. I want to have this, assets, blah, blah, blah. And then you get to like, dang, why didn't I just say double? Right? Because at the time I hadn't trained myself mentally, like, because that number to me at that time in my life at 27 was like, oh, dude, I will have arrived, like, and now you're like,
because I think we think linear, A plus B equals C, you know what I mean? But outside of, God thinks outside of that, and he goes, well, I could 100x you.
To those folks, those people you're with, like if they don't change, their mindset, they're gonna stay in the same habits, right? The same actions to get the same
So what are
outcomes.
some tips? Give some people some tips.
Well, first, clarity, man. They got to get clarity on where they want to go. You have to have, in your marriage, with your relationship with your kids, your finances, marriage first too, right? The ones that are married, like if the house is in order, all things are in order. Right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have a clean house and a great relationship, and you're not connecting and communicating and collaborating with your bride on a regular, like you're just gonna, again, there's gonna be frustration and not ease.
You've been a great example of collaboration with your wife, man. I look at you and I was like, the way you and Heidi engage, talk about business. I wasn't joking around when I introduced her as your CFO.
1,000%.
1,000%. She is in your world, and I just heard this guy preach, and he talked about the glorious wife and what it really means, and a helpmate is not diminishing. A helpmate is leveling you up. And the way that he preached it, I was thinking of all my friends' wives and going, Paul Reed's got this, message figured out, man. So I was just like, props, because you got the fruit. Yeah. That's why you're sitting in this chair. A lot of people got the toot. They don't got the fruit.
If you eat the fruit, you're going to toot though.
Yeah. Too much of it. I see what you did there. But it's amazing. Like, so if you had to help, it's like, how would you help? What are some
relationship
things?
stuff?
Yeah, relationship
man. Like
stuff.
Again, back to one of the things I do with my men that are struggling, and it gets uncomfortable. I tell them one of your assignments. First and foremost, you should never leave your wife's presence without telling her you love her, right? greeting and coming, like coming and going, right? And then, but one of the assignments I make them do is I say 3 things, and I already said it, but like they need to connect regularly, communicate regularly, and then collaborate. Like, so connect, I don't care if it's a 3-minute walk, a bath, hike, whatever. Find a way for you guys to connect, and then you communicate on what's going on with each other's lives. Like, hey, I'm like, right, you're running your business. Michaela like probably doesn't know a lot of what's going on, the chaos that you're doing, but you know, when you start communicating that,
knows a lot.
yeah, but I'm, you know what I'm saying is like people just, they don't like, they live separate lives, right? And they don't they don't share what's going on, right? So then they're not, the other can't support that one, right? Because then once you connect, then you communicate all that's going on with the kids, with business, etc., and then you collaborate. Like, hey, this week I got the kids here, you got the kids there. I need this help. Go to the bank.
That's our
for the
coffee
business.
break. That we have
right?
the agenda.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So you go through the things, and then one of the other assignment I ask my men to do, and it gets uncomfortable, is I said, hug your wife for 20 seconds. Right? She's gonna think you want something, right? But no, hug her, and just that, like, that connection, you relax, like you're one, right? And so when you
release chemicals in your brain,
100%, bro. And so that so that's one of some of the early assignments that I ask the men to do, is like start connecting, talking, sharing, collaborating, and then make sure you're telling her you love her on the way in and on the way out, and then hugging her for 20 seconds. And some of the responses I get, be surprised.
Oh, that's great, man. I mean, we really got to help lead people, because, you know, there's so much noise out there. I get so tired of podcasts and stuff just talking about, you got 100x, you dang, and you get Google ads. I'm like, I want to hear success stories from people that are living successful marriages or in business. You know, you and I think a lot alike. We're a bunch of systems guys. So systems in business, what do you got to say about that? And do you think they're important?
If you want to have a successful business, they're important. If you want to have a job just over broke, you don't need them. But
why?
If you want to have, well, think about it, right? When we have a system, what does it do? When you have processes in place, what's it do to the system? Lets it function at ease, right? You and I teach the body when we're unsubluxated and we're in tune with the body, we're at a state of ease. And when we're not, we're in dis-ease. Well, it's no different with a business, right? Like if it's not, the right hand's not communicating the left hand, you're going to be in a state of stress and chaos and dis-ease. And then that creates burnout, fatigue, frustration.
There's symptoms.
You can't, and you can't scale. You know, I get frustrating for me. It's like, oh, I want to do 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, that's great. What's your systems right now? Oh, what do you mean system? I'm like, well, who opens the mail? Who deposits the checks? Who gives you your stats at the end of the night? Like just going through basic things. And I'm like, you don't have a system yet, man.
Yeah, I'm shocked when people don't know. Like in the restaurant business, if you don't know your labor costs, food costs every single night.
Cost of goods. Like
cost of goods.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's like you don't know what the next day is going to bring. You have to pivot. You can't wait a month and then pivot.
If you're not checking your inventory right there, like then you don't have the food that you need to serve your people the next day, and then you don't have sales. Yeah, so systems are, I mean, again, if you look at any successful business, I don't care what it is, they all have a system and a process. So you have to. Yeah,
I think some people just think, oh, I'm going to open up, put a sign out front of my door, and then, you know, we live in different times, man. You got to put the work in. Well, and then seek, you know, and I'm noticing with the younger generation, because of things as, you know, like podcasts and social media, like a lot of them are unwilling to bring on somebody that's already paid the dummy tax, somebody like yourself or me that's gone through it, has experienced, and lean into them to learn and shorten your learning curve, right? Yeah, because they think information is learning. Yeah. Like I know people that tell me, like, why would I hire you as a coach if I can just go on YouTube and Google? Yeah. I watch your videos on Insta. That's all I need. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's amazing. We're at a different time now. 100%. You know, I had someone tell me the other day, oh, I just GTP'd blah, 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 what I needed for this, and give me some exercises and stuff. I said, okay, let me know how it works out for you, bro. Get back to me. Let me know how it works. They don't know how to set your atlas. Yeah. Chat GTP, how do I get my atlas back in alignment? He'll tell you maybe. I don't know. I haven't asked it that. Yeah. Speak to it. Speak to it. Atlas unrotate. You know what I mean? It's like people, this next generation I'm worried about. Yeah. You know, but what's some stuff you're looking forward to? Man, every season is great. I'm looking forward to. How old are you? How old do you think I am?
How old do you think I am, people? No, I'll be 54 here in a few weeks.
And you're like in some of the greatest shape I've seen. Like, tell them about that workout, that race you just did.
The High Rocks, man.
Yeah, just
High
give
Rocks
us
is blowing up. They're competing with the CrossFit space.
Yeah.
So they have pro level and a quote unquote open level, and that, their model is that anybody can do it because they're not gonna judge. They start this. I'll tell you about somebody that's got systems, right? So I was just in Houston. They had over 9,000 competitors.
No,
over 9,000 in 2 days. 2 days.
What?
Starting at 7:30 and go until 6:30. I think it was. No. So they start.
Are you sore?
I was for 3 days ish. Yeah.
Okay.
They start. I think it was 10 or 15 people every 10 minutes. And you're going. So it's an 8,000 meter. So you do a 1,000 meter run, and then you go into the rock zone. And the first thing you do is a 1,000 meter ski. And then you get out of the rock zone, run 1,000 meters again, then come in and do a sled push. It's a 50 meter sled push. Run again. 50 meter sled pull. Run again. 80 meters of burpee broad jumps, run again. Next was a farmer's carry. So you do a 100 meter farmer's carry, run again, come in and do a 1,000 meter row, run again, do an 80 meter lunge, weighted lunge, and then you run again and do 100 wall balls. But anyhow, so my point being is like they have all these stations and 9,000 people and there's no hiccups. Nobody's waiting for a machine. Like everybody they're in a complete organized flow. So they have to have a system, right?
9,000 people.
Over 9,000.
How much was the race
to enter?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I wrote it on the math.
It
was $200, so that's 1.8 million right there, just for 9,000 people.
Just for the weekend.
That's just for the registration. That's just for the athletes to compete. Then you have the attendees, and then you have this. They sold out of their swag in the first half day.
No,
like I was lucky to get it. I'm like, Heidi's like, go get a shirt. I'm like, all right, let's go find a shirt. And they had like one color had the shirt that would fit me.
No.
Yes. I was like, dude. Yeah, so they're doing well.
That's unbelievable.
That's crazy. It's fun.
And if they're doing these every single month, could you imagine if they
multiple a month all over the world?
All over the world, 1.8 million for the weekend, and they're doing multiple a month. No. I mean, what's that company worth?
Lots.
Dude, how do you spell it?
Yeah, this is High Rocks, HYROX.
Okay, really? Yeah. Google. High Rocks. HYROX.
We're giving them some extra love. Not that
why not? Like, I want to know.
They get lots of love.
This company came out of nowhere.
I can't remember how many years it started, but it's just blown up. And they're addressing the everyday athlete, right? So like it took me, like I said, an hour and 21 minutes, and there's guys in my same age group and category that took over 2 hours. So they're not saying if you're not at a certain fitness level, you can't participate. So and it was fun, man. They had, they have singles men, singles women, and they had mixed pairs and regular pairs. So I saw a lot of dads doing it with their sons, moms and daughters, best friends. It was cool. It was a great experience.
Whoa.
What are you looking at? Did you seek out their revenues?
They say that they're this year going to have 650,000 athletes will compete.
All right, do the math. 650,000 times 200.
Yeah, yeah, I am. We're looking at over 70 million. Wow, this isn't including
pretty good model.
70% profit margin. What are we doing?
Why did I think of that?
Bro.
It's in my space. I've been an athlete my entire life.
I know,
right?
Wow. Okay. This has got me thinking bigger, bro.
Right.
Talking about hacks. So listen, you're the family man. I could see why now. Yeah, I mean, why your marriage is so flourishing because of that communication connection.
Yep.
And what was the other one?
Collaboration.
I love it. And I can tell why you've been a successful chiropractor, bought, sold, scaled, exited. You're worth a ton. And you're still in the mentoring space. You still give back to the profession. But the biggest thing is now let's talk about biohacking. What is it that you're so passionate about health? You just said I work out my whole life. Like, what are we going to do? Let's scale and make some money.
Well, first, honor God with what?
Yeah.
Right?
First fruits.
So it's our responsibility, right? We're supposed to, but we're
with our body. Yeah,
honor God with our body, right? And so again, for me, it's been since I was a little dude, it's been my escape. Mm-hmm. Like I literally go to the gym to deal with my stress and my anxiety and all the fear, whatever. Like it was my safe space for me to go punish myself and just work out. Right.
Yeah.
And so I used it, and then it grew into like a passion. Like, no, like it's my responsibility to take care of this machine that I've been given. And the goal is to like function at a high level for as long as possible. And so I'm,
Feeling convicted.
I don't know if it's,
So you were judging me when I ate that onion ring earlier.
maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I sinned. Yes, I was.
That's good. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. My wife, if you don't point it out, my wife surely will. You know what I mean?
Anyhow, so I don't know that, yes, I'm always trying and doing different quote unquote biohacks, but I think it's the basics, man. It's like eating water or drinking water, eating clean, and exercising regularly. And I think people look at me and they're like, oh, Paul, you're this and that. And I'm like, bro, I bet you I've missed consecutively. Like since I was 14, like literally, like my parents got me, I rode my bike to the gym probably 5 miles each way before I had my license to work out. Like it's just what I did.
This year when I come to ChiroFest, I'm not going to be afraid. You punished me so bad. I used to have to do CrossFit workouts with you. I remember that
we put you on the Echo bike, man.
Bro,
and I was worried you were going to be on stage the next day.
Bro,
I didn't know if we have to.
So nauseous.
I should have texted Michaela and checked on your life insurance policies before we had to do that.
That was the most nauseous I've ever been. Yeah. And I've worked out, I would say when I work out pretty hard. I've never been on one of those, so I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, no, dude, they'll tax you. But back to mindset. Again, I think when you attack the body and like you got into that state, like, and when you get into that state regularly, not once and then stop, but that's mentally training you it's forging a stronger mind.
It's like cold plunging, man.
Yeah. Right. That builds discipline and forges. Yeah. Same things. Right. So that's a physical discipline that's forging,
The other day I had to talk to myself for 3 minutes in front of my cold plunge, just going, I'm not doing it. Yeah, you are, Hubbard. You're not walking back. I literally had a full thing. Like, it will not beat me today.
Yeah.
I was so pissed when I got it.
So who won right there? Matt's spirit won, right?
Yeah, my spirit won. Yeah. But I mean, it was the first time in a while that I had to get so psyched up over a freaking cold plunge because my body was like, no.
But that's back to where most people struggle. Like we all have those. I'm an early riser, and there's days where I lay there, I'm like, dude, this is more comfortable. Heidi's right there. It's warm. No, get your out of bed and become the best version of you. Whereas most folks, right, that resistance, we have resistance, right? But most folks won't embrace it and push through it. They're like, all right, resistance won today. So you could have let resistance win, aka the devil, because he knew that you get into that plunge. Yeah, we're going to be a better dude today. Yeah, right, more sharp, more focused, more ready for the day. And so you won because you got in and did it.
I think it has a lot to do with. I've noticed that my friends have gotten softer. And so I've gotten softer. Like my buddy's like, I can't work out today. So then I realized, it's okay for me to miss out. And I got to recalibrate that. Because like the other day, I know my buddy wasn't coming, so I decided not to work out. And actually it had nothing to do with him. It was just my excuse. You chose. So I just realized, but I was doing a little inventory the other day. And I think I just need to call you and get some accountability because you know what? Yeah, I think I need a higher level of accountability because all my circle right now.
I'll do your programming and macros if you want. That's what I help dudes do.
Really?
Also, yeah. Yes. Done. If you want me to do your programming and your macros, I'll help you. Can't guarantee you look like me, but I'll help you.
Yeah. But well, what if I do shots now and then by ChiroFest, I have my morph.
Your morph. Get you to morph.
Get me to morph. Yeah. I could do it. I'm committed enough, but I need accountability. You got to do a
push away diet, bro. We just got to get you to watch your macros and push away when you're.
Push what?
Push away. Push away from the table.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. That's no problem.
Okay. I got you, man. Let's do your macros.
You know what? Now I'm getting fired up. Let's set a goal.
Let's do it.
I need somebody because,
we're
I know. This is on.
Absolutely. Like you're telling millions of people, we're going to have millions of views on this cast, and he's going to commit to where he wants to go now.
Yeah. Oh,
he's got 6.
I literally.
Bro. It's what body fit? It's 6 months from today.
No, it isn't.
6 months from today.
For ChiroFest.
Today is March 20th.
Yeah.
It is September 20th.
No.
So we got 6 months.
Bro.
What are we doing? What are you committing to, Hubbard?
In my 50th year? Okay, what body fat percentage are you so I get an idea?
Right now? Yeah. I'm guessing, I haven't checked in probably 6-8 weeks. I'm guessing I'm probably 12-ish. Higher than I want to be.
What's the lowest you've been?
Last year by my birthday, I was sub 9.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's all, dude, abs are made in the kitchen, man. So I've just been a little bit. I was carb heavy for my race. I've cut them out this last 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, but so do you think I could get 12%?
Well, we got to see where you're at. We got to get a baseline.
I know exactly.
I
where
don't want
I'm
to
at.
set unrealistic expectations.
I know exactly where I'm at.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
You can tell me offline.
No, I'm not worried about it. I got no shame in the game.
You can tell me.
You think I care what you think? Freaking trust me. You might call me chubby hubby, but fatty Matty, but it takes nothing on me. You know, I don't care. You know, this is
So let's. So you know where you're at. So here it is. Where do you want to get?
I would like to be at 15% body fat
in 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's just work, man. It's all it is work.
Yeah.
No different than when you started True Chiro, your very first day. It's just work. You saw it in your head.
Yeah.
You did the work. You drew the floor plan.
Yeah.
You hired the people. You did the screenings. You did the marketing. It's just work.
And I'm not. Hey, listen. My friends are watching this. I'm not judging you. I just got soft. I'm around soft right now, and it's my fault.
We become who we hang out with. Man.
Oh, fudge.
Literally.
You know,
all right. So
because we're getting older. My circle friend, we're all getting older, so we're getting a little softer. And I just gotta.
We're not. We're accepting it.
Yeah,
See,
we are.
Because society has set that as the normal. Like, as we age, it's okay. We just get a little pudge. We get softer. Like that's society's complacency. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, dude. Yeah, we got this.
Give me the plan. All right. So you're just saying, if you're soft, you're weak-minded.
No, I'm saying you're not.
But when you say that, so if you're weak-minded because
you're undisciplined.
You're undisciplined.
Yeah, you're not making so right back to sacrifice. We need to make decisions. One of the things I teach my guys, you need to make decisions against yourself every day.
Yeah,
you did by getting in that cold plunge. You made it because that was not the body's will.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Anybody else who wants to join that challenge, you can send an email in, Dr. Matt at the Maverick Entrepreneur. You can join me, and we'll do a little accountability thing. And you're going to be my accountability partner. And guess what? I'll be standing on your stage, and you have full permission. You're either going to shame me, or you're going to praise me.
You heard it, world. I get to shame him or praise him. No, I receive that we will be praising him, and maybe we'll get him to take his shirt off.
Dude, I need that motivation. Like, honestly, I need something held me accountable
But here, so back to the motivation. Why is it important?
Oh, but dude, I got 3 young kids, man.
Amen. Right? So
yeah, my why's there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now we just got to build the discipline and the rhythm.
Yeah.
You
The
rhythm's
going to be easy. I just needed somebody. I feel like I'm a lone wolf.
Yeah.
The power of the wolf is in the pack.
Before, man, text me, brother.
Power of the pack is in the wolf.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Done.
We got to. I'm excited, man.
Okay, good.
So I'm visualizing your outfit right now. You always bring some hip outfits, but I'm wondering what we're gonna. When you're 15%, what are you gonna bring?
We're gonna bring something, man. We'll look good. Okay, let's talk one last thing. One last thing to land the plane. We have a money mindset thermostat.
Money magnet mindset.
Money magnet mindset, man. And we obviously we're cut from faith, so we understand, God set us up to, have a harvest, to be fruitful and multiply, to take dominion, subdue the earth, we understand that. But what do you think entrepreneurs need to hear? Like, I just have never met so many people that get, not pathetic, but they just get apathy.
Around finances?
Just around money and trying to be successful, and they give up. They'll start a thing and quit a thing, and start a thing, quit a thing. And what does it take to get pushed to? Same thing as me in the gym.
Back to the why, man.
Yeah.
Like, what is their why? And
without the why, there's no comply.
Done. I mean, really.
Yeah. But they don't believe that. They think well,
that's why they're stuck.
Yeah.
Until they receive it.
Yeah.
And then apply it.
Yeah.
Right. Then they're going to be in that same exact spot. And so when your why is big enough, and that why can be different, or is different for every single person, right? And if ministry focused, like if you weren't successful, you couldn't contribute to churches and other things to help spread the gospel, right?
Yeah.
And so it's
Romans 12:2.
Right there, baby. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, brother. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
You're one of the greatest at renewing your mind, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
why
good.
That's there, right? Because I'm human too, man. Like I gotta let's go. Gotta get re-engaged, get re-locked in. It's easy, dude. Like I could just golf and goof off and slide, and getting up and going to the gym at 4 is no fun. Like, dude. But
I just had a cowboy hat made, and the guy said, "What do you want on it?" So I gave him my verse, and I said, "Number 41." And 41, it's always meant something to me.
Okay.
You know, I look in the Bible, you know, Noah, you know, it's 40 days, Moses, 40 days, 40 years actually.
Yep,
But 40 is significant. It's 40 years, 40 days. But the 41st day,
It's renewed.
It's renewed. It might be Friday,
looked at it
but
like
Sunday's coming, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
so 41 is the day after breakthrough. And I just need to remind myself, man, there's going to be my 41.
I'm not very good at math. How many 40s do we got till September 20th?
I'm going to do the math on that.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to look at that, you know, 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, so that's cool.
Love it, brother.
Yeah, man. So what's your next passion project?
Man, I'm right where I'm supposed to be, serving dudes in Kairos. That's the next thing, is to continue to grow the Unstoppable Man and the Unstoppable Chiro. And
How do they find you?
Insta mostly, man. At Dr. Paul Reed Official is where most folks are finding me.
Okay. At Dr. Paul Reed Official.
Because I'm official.
You're official, man. That's good. I'm unofficial. I'm unofficial. You know, what would you say one of your passions is right now? What are you passionate about?
Right now, man, it was that High Rocks. That was like kind of the thing I was focused on.
Cool.
I haven't picked. My
You haven't
next,
picked the
man.
next one?
Yeah.
What do you love to do? Like, if people want to know something about you, what's something you love to do? What's a little...
Hang with my bride, man.
I
That's
know.
what I do.
That's cool, man. That's a
That's what we do.
unicorn right there.
Yeah, that's what.
You know, that's cool.
what
You
we
got
do.
hanging down here at your new house down in Palm Springs, and
Yeah, we just we enjoy each other. We like each other's company, like doing things. That's the other thing, man. I mean, is men need to find commonalities, common hobbies with their spouses, because your kids grow up and your kids leave.
I don't see her working out with you like a
She
freak
works
of
out. We
nature.
hit Orange Theory every Sunday. She does her gig, but not. We used to
you
work
do
out.
Orange Theory with her?
I do.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I put my spandex on and go to Orange Theory.
You
with
do?
her. Yeah.
Wow, of
No,
course
I'm
you do. You
joking.
probably don't wear a shirt in there. With,
They wouldn't let me in with the shirt off.
in Palm Springs, bro. You're making me nervous, bro. Is there a side of you I don't know about? Oh, shoot. I might have to look into that.
It.
You know, what do you want to leave all our viewers with today? If you had to leave them with just a couple nuggets to help level up their life, what would it be?
Man. Love God, love your wife. Yeah, there you go.
They're
Work
not
hard.
one, some of them aren't married.
Work hard, love God, serve God, work hard. Yeah.
Has that always been your philosophy? Just
Yeah.
work hard?
Yep.
You're just kind of the meat and potatoes kind of
Dude,
boy.
100% it works, man.
Yeah, where'd you grow up?
Washington.
Yeah, did you grow up around success, or did you build that mindset?
Well, I mean, I don't, what depends what you can consider success, but no, my dad was a teacher. My mom was a dental assistant. You know,
Yeah.
No, man, but I just
No.
had a bigger vision.
You've always been wise with money. You are controlled with your thought. You're like a ninja about, honestly, like the way you think through things. I think you're very well thought through. Even though you're passionate, you're spit and fire, and you know you got
Good
that
thing
little.
Heidi's not on here. I don't know if she'd agree with you, but we'll see.
Yeah, dude, you are. But I think the way you process, maybe it's because you have a great helpmate and you worked it out.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for your next rendition. You going to start a new business, or are you just going to blow up
know, man.
your
No, this.
Unstoppables?
No, honestly, man. I think I'm supposed to be serving dudes and serving Kairos. That's right where my heart was there for serving men for a few years before I exited from the offices. So
How do you
that's
not get frustrated from coaching losers?
Man, because I know most of it's not. It's some story they're telling themselves,
Mm.
right? And it's just about finding what that thing was, that they had, and helping them know that they're greater than what they're acting. And that's,
Are you worried
that's
about the next
superhero.
generation, and you feel like they're going to figure it out?
Everything figures itself out over time.
Okay.
Like might take them a little bit longer, but I know there's some of the younger gen that's got it together. So and don't the other thing I would think of is learn from your past experiences. Don't let them frustrate you.
Yeah.
Like I see so many people that
They take themselves out.
yeah, and instead of knowing that past thing made you a different person,
Yeah.
and receiving that and using that for good, and knowing that it's aligning you with where God has you going. So
That's good. That's good. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you being
No,
on here.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, hopefully you got some nuggets from Dr. Paul Reed. Check him out at what's your Insta?
At Dr. Paul Reed Official.
We'll have it up here for you. You could email us anytime at the Maverick Entrepreneur. We appreciate you. We love you. Listen, like, share, pass this on. I want everybody to hear what it looks like, feels like, tastes like, sense like to be successful, not only in marriage, not with raising great kids in a crazy world, to learn how to scale your passion, exit your passion, find a new passion, take care of your body, rebuild the temple, do radical things for the things that you're passionate about. Don't settle. I'm telling you, you inspire me, man, in many different ways. So I appreciate you letting me in your world. I am nervous. We're going to have to do another podcast.
Got some work to do. We got some work to do.
Yeah, baby. So here's my commitment. We'll do a post ChiroFest podcast. I'll bring my crew.
Shirts off?
Dude. You love that shirt
joking,
off, bro.
No, dude, I am the most. Bring Heidi on here, dude.
I get people texting me, go, listen, we got to
What's up with P. Reed?
What's up with P. Reed? No shirt on. I said, I know, I can't control him. Listen, be ready. Stay tuned for September, October. You're going to get a post, the makeover with Dr.
Matt's makeover.
That's right. That's right. All right. God bless you guys. Have a get ready for the next podcast. Have a great life, great weekend. Apply what you learn. More knowledge isn't power. Knowledge applied is power gained. So go after it. Change your life. Apply the things. Be disciplined. We'll see you on the next episode of The Maverick Entrepreneur.